Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Links in the corner, so if you do that, that'd be fantastic. And for those of you who have subscribed, I do massively appreciate that, so thank you as well. Right, today I'm just going to give you a little bit of an update on the job that we're doing in Coventry, the new build. Sorry if it's a little bit dark in here from the pictures. But yeah, so basically we are getting all the first fix done for downstairs now. All upstairs, first fix is done. The lads, I'll try and show you up there, they're all starting to insulate it all and batten it all out. So they're cracking on with that. The plumber's back, he's just up there, sorting out the pipes for that doorway. We've also had these installed. So the floating stair system is going in. So that's going to look really smart in there. So I think the chap's going to be back and getting some red oxidized paint on that. So yeah, so I shall give you a little tour through what we're up to and we shall get cracking. So this is the garage, this is where all the board and the boiler and everything else is going to be. I think the boiler's going to be up here, and then there's the big tank going here, or I think that's the arrangement. And my consumer unit's going here, around here somewhere, at a sort of workable height. So all the network stuff's in. So in this house we have, there's a network for, there's CCTV going in at various locations. There's also a home network for the bedrooms, the office, and there's also internet supplies hardwired for the TVs as well. So that's all, they're all run in, and I've also put some coax cable in as well, just in case they want that as well. So what I'm going to show you is with a little run through, because of the sheer length of runs, we're going to be putting a ring main in that covers this room, the prayer room, utility room, and the office at the back, stroke bedroom eventually, potentially, sort of thing. So right, we've got a new toy which I showed in a previous video, which is the cable stapler as well. So I've been using that quite a bit. There's a couple of pros and cons with it, but overall I do like it. It's a good bit of kit. I will show you that in a little bit once we get cracking. So in this room, so in the garage, so what I've done is this circuit is going to be the garage and the dining room. I'll tell you what, just take you around, take you on a bit of a tour. So I'll take you around there. So initially there was going to be a socket going on here and then one on the back side in like the soft seating area, but because of the steel that's not going to happen. I've got no way of getting that through. I've tried to get it through on the angle and it's just not going to happen, because then the plastic's going to get in the way of the plasterboard. So there's going to be a double socket down here, there's one over there, one over here in the middle. We've now put in provision for another socket which is going to be mounted up there somewhere, and then we've brought the internet and the coax to here, because they're not sure whether the TV is going to be here or it's originally planned to be over there, but we don't know, it's not set in stone that. So I thought if we put these in, we're all sorted. So how we are now, we've got this one here, so I've just thrown that over, because I've got, obviously all my runs have to come this way, because this is going to be like a crawl space above here. It's all going to be like a crawl space, and then there's all the piping and stuff. So it has to go over and then round. So that's basically where we're at in here. So I'm going to go through, we're going to, tell you what, I'll take you into the garage now and show you where the points need to be for there. So in here we've got, eventually in this corner there's going to be like a dog wash station type thing. Not really sure how that works, but there's going to be one of those there. Then there's going to be up here at the top, there's going to be the garage feed, because it's having an electric garage door that comes up, but on the plans it says that from that point there to where you need to put the power, you need it 3.2 is actually just on top of that wall there. So I'm going to leave the cables long and then perhaps speak to the manufacturer and see if that's quite right, because I don't really understand that one. So as you'll see, some of the cables as they stand now are all a little bit messy, untidy and all flapping in the wind. Okay, so don't nail me down on it, it's not finished. I've got loads more circuits to do, so you know, I'm pretty sure that yours would all be in the same state until the end of the job. And yes, potentially nobody's going to see it because it's all going to be boarded, but you know, everyone likes to make everything nice and neat. So because of the runs, the way they are, so the majority are going to come through this way for that side of the house. They're keying, carrying wood again, so they have to come up here. So up there, through this boxing in, making sure I've got to keep all my networking stuff separate from all my main stuff. Comes through this channel here, and then through up this way, down there, and then to get into the kitchen, has to come all the way through here, all the way down, through the wall. And then they basically have to come through this one. So down here, through there, punch through, and then this is what I've just done another video on, is the drilling all these out and how I'll go about setting out for all those. And that's the only way to get into this kitchen area. So when we do the kitchen ring, they are one hell of a long run, they are. So in a theory, the board is literally just over there, but I have to go all the way around the house for that. So they are massive runs. So I'll get you set up and we'll get cracking. Right, on the channel, like I say, I always try and be as realistic and don't hide things whatsoever. Someone's made a schoolboy error, look at that. So, like I say, I do try and show everything, but what happens in day-to-day life, took my eye off the ball, and that's what happens. So, not a big deal. I'm glad it was there rather than all the way back at a massive run. I'll try and do this one-handed. Get that back in without falling off the steps. Health and safety, as always, bang on. So, like I say, just pulling that in now, getting that back where it should be. So, with that, like I say, all I've done at the minute is just put some old bit of cable, nailed it, put it with a clout nail through, just to keep these all in place. And then what I'll do is I'll just put some galvanised banding strap across there, because I've got to try and keep this all out of the way, because like I say, there's a lot of pipes coming through which are all up there. Look, I mean, they're all yet to be lagged and stuff anyway, but they've all got to come through and into this arrangement. So I'm going to try and keep everything away from those as much as I can, try and help them out. But yeah, so as it stands now, that'll just go through there, tuck back down, and I'll leave these really long because we haven't quite decided on where the board position is going to be. So what I've started to do, like I said in the previous videos, that I've started using the label maker and leaving these on. These, to get these off, like, they're not going to accidentally fall off no matter what anybody does. Whereas I find when just using, I used to use a biro, to be honest. That's another good thing if you haven't got one of these, but I tend to find, especially if there's any length of time when I'm coming back to do second fix, that it just makes life loads easier. So I've started doing that. Same on all the networking stuff. I mean, that one is the dining room internet supply, and and obviously living room. So it just makes life a lot easier on the second fix side of things. So, but yeah, so I'm just going to show you another quick thing that I've been up to. Right, as I said, the board is down that way. Okay, so it's actually all the way down there. These are all the heating pipes, as you can see, running all the way through. I think that, by all accounts, I think it's a gas line. Like I said, we've not done any of the plumbing here. So these are all going to be lagged. So if anyone says, oh, what's going on? To be fair to the plumber, they're all here. They're just ready to go on, because he's still working on it all. So because these potentially, which I'm guessing that one's going to be a flow or return or something like that, I'd say, or yeah, probably like that. Well, either way, some of these pipes are going to get hot. So what we've done is we've put a bit of Copex on, a bit of a Bundy special. So put that on. Like I say, it is going to be lagged around there, but it just gives it that extra bit of a protection to keep any potential heat off the cables directly. So yeah, so that's basically, I just wanted to show you that. So in the garage, I've got, because this is all going to be painted. Originally it was all going to be boarded, but there's been a change of plan, so it's not going to be boarded now. So it's all completely just as is with brick. They're just going to paint it all and make it all look presentable. So we're going to put a socket down here somewhere once these boards have gone, get them out of the way. And there's going to be a double socket ran in conduit down there. I think they've gone for white conduit, which is going to look lots better. The garage supply is going to be up there. So like I said, I was originally, if it was up here where I thought it would be, it's going to just be in a dry liner and then come out the ceiling, but it's going to be in a bit of conduit down there. So that's that. So on the boiler that's going to, the tank, sorry, that's going to go here, there's 2 immersions for that, and also there's going to be a boiler supply, but because I don't know exactly where they're going, I can't really do anything to it in this, because it's going to be sod's law. If I put them in there, they're going to be in the way. So yes, it's sort of counterproductive. So I'm going to have to wait for those ones on there. So what's left to do in the garage is, I haven't done any lighting circuits downstairs whatsoever. So just in here, there's just a centre light. The downstairs loo, I think it's just one down light, I believe, and one down light over there. And then there's some just a switch for coming down into here. But yeah, so I think what I'll do now is I'll show you in there. Joe's painting now, look. And she's painting, oh, that's the red oxidised paint that I was on about earlier on. It just protects all the steel, because it's all bare and stuff at the minute. It just protects that, stops it going rusty, although I know it's not going to be getting any rain on it or anything. So in here, so this is how I normally do it. Just chuck all the cables in loosely. They don't have to be all nice and pretty just yet. So we'll get the back boxes on, and then we'll put some capping on. Yes, I know I don't have to use capping, but we used to use the galvanised stuff, but sort of changed over to the plastic stuff. It's just to protect from getting board adhesive on it, because it doesn't really serve any mechanical protection, but it's going to be a full RCBO board going on. So I know, like I say, we don't need it, but it just looks a lot better as well, and it keeps it nice and tidy. So in this room now, there is 4 downlights going to go in and a centre light, all being switched from over there. So yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is get cracking onto the kitchen. I think I'll start getting the kitchen ring ran, but it's going to be one hell of a run. So I think what I'll do is I'll get that in first, and then I'll catch up with you once I've got the first leg in. So I've got the main run now back to the consumer unit, which goes all that way. We decided to go this way with it. So what I've got here is a larder unit here. So because I've got this gas line, hot and cold and hot return here, I can't really do a great deal with it. So what I've decided to go with is to run my cables underneath here. Yes, they're going to be there's more going in here. There's, like I said earlier on in the video, is I generally do all my capping and all the rest of it later, but what I've started to do is, because I've got the, well, I say these potentially, well, this was cold, but that's a hot, and that's a gas. So I've channeled that out and used a bit of Copex on there to try and keep it away. But then where I come here, because we've got instant boil and dishwasher and bits and bobs going on in there, but this one here is, this is just a gas line on here. So I've done the same again there and there, and then we're going to use capping down to that, overlap that slightly, and that should hopefully keep them all nice and tight in there. And that's basically where we're at the minute. So the next stage is I've got to go up here, chase underneath here, and then get it into this joist up here, and then I can start running along to get into, like, for this socket. So essentially it's going to go up there through the holes I've already drilled, and then come back down into here, and then drop over to that one, and then all this lot here is all individual ones. So yes, so that's where we're at the minute. Right, that's coming up to the end of the day now for me, and I'm having a bit of a rant now. But DeWalt, that was bust. That's my second one that's broke, and I've hardly used this one. It's completely dead now. The SDS chaser that we've had, that's broke 3 times, and also my impact driver. So no idea what's going on. I mean, my van, if you look in my van, it looks like DeWalt has been sick in there. There's DeWalt everything, and it's just not lasting. So I have no idea why. It's just driving me mad. So anyone else has to down tools because of a failure of equipment is very frustrating, as you can all well aware of, really, that it's just, oh, it's just a bloody nightmare. And they're not that old either, and I know, and the warranty, to get that sorted through warranty is an absolute pain in the arse. Okay, take it to a repair centre. Great, where are they? Nowhere near me. So yeah, you can send it away. Great, another cost to me. An absolute sodding nightmare. So Rant over, that's done my nut in. So I've got to try and sort that out now, because I've got no combi drill. So that's that. So tomorrow's job, if I can get the drill sorted. I have got another one, because last time that broke, I ended up having to buy another one, but then that's sticking as well, so that's not brilliant. So at least I've got something for tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll be getting on with the rest of the kitchen stuff, running all that. I did ask the plumber whether he'd move all those. Apparently not. He said, to be fair, I was half joking, but he's like, no, I can't move all those. So I'll show you what the lads have been doing today upstairs. So lads have all been insulating within an inch of their lives. So this is all like a space blanket, I suppose, what it is. So it's insulated underneath that with your normal insulation, and then it's overlaid with this like space blankets type. I actually much prefer this than the actual Celotex doing it that way, although I actually haven't done any of this. I don't like insulating because it's itchy and horrible, but from electrician's point of view, it's a lot better. So it's Sean prefers this as well, to be honest. It's not just me. So the downlights are going to be going in here. So what I'll do is, once we're plasterboarded, we'll push those up, and then I can cut round what I need to on these bits here, so we can push that up, sorry, and then we can cut a hole and flap those back so to suit those. The plumber's, he's had to alter loads of stuff up here. I think because of the bathroom layout and all the rest of it, I think it's changed basically, because it was coming through here, but the door was there, but now it's here. So he's had to alter all this lot today, which I think he's not been very impressed with. He's had to do, but to be fair to him, he's got on with it. So the lads have been getting on with, started this room. So yeah, so basically this is what the stuff is. So it's all different layers and stuff, and it's supposed to be really thermally efficient. So it's actually really clever stuff. So let's say really when that's compressed down, that's its thickness. So yeah, so clever stuff. Much prefer it. So, but yeah, so that's the end of today. Tomorrow, like I say, I'll get on with more of the kitchen. I'll show you a lot more as if we're doing that as a just the job on its own. But like I say, if you haven't subscribed, don't forget to hit the link in the corner and leave your comments below as usual. Cheers, thanks for watching.